What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here. Tottenham 1, Wolves 0 in a very hard-fought victory at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which could say that again, to be honest. I think first half, Wolves were the better team in the game. Spurs were very lacklustre, lethargic. Didn't have too many ideas in that first half. And, you know, every time we were looking for Dyer to play that long ball over the top, Højbjerg to play balls over the top, and it just wasn't working for us. And where the balls were just like way too strong, or just a misplaced pass in the middle of the park, and it was very frustrating. Bentancor was giving the ball away a lot in the middle, as was Højbjerg, and as was a lot of the players, to be fair. And we just didn't carry a threat, really.
We lacked energy.
That
was the thing. We weren't sharp. We were not getting the passes to the forward players anywhere near enough. We weren't getting Perisic in space on the wings or Emerson as much. And like people like Kulusevski and Son were completely, and Kane, to be honest, all completely anonymous. We just couldn't get them involved in the game. But that, I think Conte must have got into the second half.
First half, though, like at home, you can't be conceding 10 shots to 1 in a half. It's ridiculous, to be honest. But like you say,
most of them are outside the box.
Yeah, it's true. But you know, with the players that they've got, like Moutinho, Neves, and the other players like Guedes and Podence, you know, they can score one of those very easily. They've got the quality to do that. So even if they're like restricting to just outside the box, it's still a worry for me. But like I kept saying in the first half, we're always much better in that second half, and that's exactly what it proved today. I thought we came out with a point to prove in that second half. Perisic was unbelievable. I thought Harry Kane, Sonny and Kulusevski really stepped it up in that second half. And it was a set piece that did it for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely was. And it was a really well-worked set piece. Son, which, by the way, we looked dangerous from set pieces all game. But Son's corner to the near post, flick on by Perisic, and there's Kane waiting at the back post just to head it in. And that's 2 assists in 2 now for Perisic, 2 in 2 for Harry Kane as well, gets another goal for the season. I think, look, at the second half, we were much better. We were the ones creating all the opportunities. Wolves didn't really have too many chances, serious chances in that second half in the end. And I think a lot to do was the up in tempo, the increase in tempo throughout the second half. When we got the ball, we weren't hanging on to it for, you know, one or two touches, or very quickly getting it into players into space, getting it to the forward players. And I thought the front line was so much more dangerous in that second half, especially for me, Kulusevski, who on the right hand side was picking up peach of cross after peach of cross on his left foot, was really giving Ait Nouri something to think about. He did end up getting booked as well and having to be taken off, and I thought he was a massive danger in that second half, Kulusevski, and he really became alive. And let's talk about Perisic's debut, because I think he had a really strong showing on his first start.
You know, everyone's going to go to his second half performance, and rightly so, but I thought in the first half he was our most dangerous player. He was the one that was really trying to make stuff happen, beating men on that left-hand side, putting a brilliant ball in for Harry Kane as well. We're our only chance for the first half, but let's be honest, it was the second half where he really came alive. That header at the front post as well, straight out of the Gianni Vio playbook from that corner, a great corner from Son, hitting Perisic and then Kane at the back post. But Perisic was causing them no ends of problems in that second half, wasn't he? In my opinion, man of the match.
Yeah, for me. And I think so as well. And there were occasions as well when he's getting into one-on-one situations, he's doing step overs, he's taking people on. Every time he seems to get a ball in the box, like, it seems to cause trouble. Whether, you know, it's fine looking to be heading towards a Tottenham player, or if it's heading towards the back post over the keeper's head where they're not sure what to do with it. Every time he's looking dangerous, and he's such a threat from set pieces, whether it be taking it or being in the box for it. He obviously took some really good corners, which Sanchez nearly scored from, and other players were attacking, and obviously he got the assist from the corner, which with a really good flick on, because he has really good aerial ability. So he showed, even in his first start, what he's going to bring to that left wing back role, and he was really good.
Another player I want to talk about is Bentancor, because I thought in the first half he had a really bad showing in that first 45 minutes, but after probably a Conte drilling into second half, he came out a completely changed player, in my opinion. He was so combative in the middle of the park, kept relieving pressure off us as well, bringing the ball forward, and Højbjerg as well. Both of them, I think, played really well. Well, in the first half it wasn't great, but second half they both produced for us, in my opinion. And for Højbjerg especially, to play 80 minutes on a booking is impressive stuff.
Yeah, he was given man of the match by the commentary team, and I thought he was superb throughout most of the game, to be honest. I think think he had had some poor moments first half, but second half he was to be as competitive as he was on the yellow card was brilliant. I thought as well his endeavour to get forward and be an extra man and make stuff happen in the final third was really good.
His progressive passing forward as well.
He's always top of those metrics, progressive passes and stuff like that. And there were moments as well where he had to lead the charge on his own and hold the ball up and win throw-ins and free kicks, and he did a great job doing that as well in the second half. And I thought it was a really commanding display at the end of the day from Højbjerg. And on a day after, people were linking him to Real Madrid to put in a performance like that shows why he's being talked up in that kind of regard. But I thought in general, second half, we were much better than Wolves were better than us in the first half, in my opinion. And I think from that, in that point of view, we deserved the victory. And it was hard fought. It was a goal from a set piece. You could argue man of the match was Gianni Vio with his set pieces, because I thought with set pieces we looked really dangerous throughout the game, even in the first half.
And you know what, Gianni Vio has come in. First game, we got a goal slightly from a set piece where it came in and then it came out, then came back in. But in the second game, 2 games in a row now, we've scored 2 corners. One put in by Perisic, and actually 2 assists by Perisic, because one of the corners taken by Perisic and the other one Perisic gets a nod on from the front post. So I think Gianni Vio is doing a very good job at Tottenham Hotspur so far. I think you're already seeing the fruits of his labour. One player who I want to talk about as well is Davinson Sanchez, because a lot of Spurs fans had anxiety coming into this game where Romero was out injured and Davinson Sanchez in his place. But again, as he did the back end of last season, I think he stood up to the challenge today. And I think defensively, he played really well. Could be doing a lot more on the ball and bringing the ball out and moving forward and contributing to the attack. But from a defensive point of view, I thought he played really well today.
Well, 7.5 hours he's now gone without conceding a goal.
That's mad.
Which is very impressive. So he's, got to give him credit for that. I think there were moments where Lloris and him were trying to play out at the back, and it was like, what are you doing? Like they were awkward and nearly cost us. But from a defensive point of view, he barely put a foot wrong. Apart from that moment right at the end of the first half where he nearly cost us a goal. But apart from that, he was really, really impressive, Sanchez, on the front defensively, and I thought he did a really good job stepping from Romero. But it's always the other things that come with it, which always give question marks over Sanchez. But you got to give him credit where credit's due. I thought he had a really good game, and look, we got a clean sheet. His first clean sheet of the season as well. And Wolves are a good side. They're going to take points off a lot of teams this season, I reckon. Some good teams as well. And so I think we've done.
I like the look of that Guedes that they bought.
Yeah, Guedes and Nunes both look really strong. Good signings for them, and they got some quality there. So I'm very happy to have taken these 3 points. That's now 7 points up from last season on points we didn't earn. So we continue a very good start to the season for us. I don't even think we've played. We played well in the first game, but last 2 games we haven't played that well. Well, second half today we played all right. We've played 4 points. I think we've managed the games, fairly well. I think today's second half we deserved the victory. We played in more intensity. We just got to make sure that we start games like that instead of always just coming out in the second half with a point to right wrongs. But look, I'm delighted with the 3 points. I think we deserved the 3 points in the end, and I'm encouraged that we're getting these results with, I feel, so many more gears to go through.
Yeah, and how refreshing is it when maybe we need a change and freshen things up at the front, and Richarlison comes on and really goes direct and causes them problems. And I thought Richarlison looked really good today in his home debut. I think there's definitely more to come from him, but I think it was a very good starting point from him for his first home game, coming on the final 20 minutes or something like that.
15 minutes, and he was running them ragged. He was being a nuisance. He was getting shots off. He was looking dangerous, and he would be annoyed that he maybe didn't get many more shots on target or anything, or real opportunities. But in terms of like his ball carrying ability with his pace and his ability to counter and bring the ball forward while coming off the bench, it was really, really good, especially when we need to relieve the pressure when we're 1-0 up and Wolves are piling on the pressure on us. I was very happy with that, and obviously Basuma coming on as well, and we just looked like we got players to come on and make it and really contribute, whereas it was very different last season. So it wasn't the best display, especially in the first half. A lot of improvement, but you got to say, delighted with the 3 points, delighted with the second half showing, And let's move on next week. We've got 3 games in a week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that first half performance was a bit worrying for me, but the way we came out of that second half, the way I was fully expecting us to come out of the second half, we got the job done, and I think that's the most important thing. So it was a completely different team second half, let's be honest. But you got to be happy and proud with the 3 points. We move on now. Our next Premier League game is Nottingham Forest away, which is going to be a very, very tough game at the City Ground. But very happy with the start of the season. 2 wins and a draw, 7 points in 3 games. And we move on to the post-match fan show. So now looking forward to getting your opinions. It's always nice to have the 12:30 kickoff and win the game and just watch the whole of the rest of the Premier League weekend and unwind in front of you, knowing that you've got that 3 points. So look, big up to everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you all on the post-match fan show. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.